Perfect.
Let's try luck.
Are we live?
Yes.
Oh, Chris, we're live. Chris, you're muted. Yeah, you're still muted, man. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Love and Lanterns. Thank you all so much for joining us. Our host, Chris, is finding his voice, but in the meantime, not muted on his end. Why can't we hear you then, Chris? Can anyone else hear Chris?
Nope.
Kappa, do you have Chris?
It's one of his character traits, is what we discovered.
The mouther.
He's pranking us so hard right now. Can you imagine?
He's the greatest of mimes.
Lip syncing is really popular now, so I don't blame you.
It's funny because earlier me and Kappa were just hanging out with Chris in the call and we thought he was muted, but he was just mouthing words to himself. So this whole time I think we thought he was mouthing words to himself.
We just thought you were crazy.
Hello?
Maybe you should just reconnect.
Hello?
Oh, you're back. Hello.
Yay!
Okay, cool. Sorry about that.
Suck.
All right. Oh my God. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the characterization portion of Love and Lanterns, and all Asian cast of nerds coming together to play tabletop RPG one-shot to raise money for Hate is a Virus. It's such an honor to be here with everybody. Hate is a Virus is a nonprofit community of mobilizers and amplifiers to dismantle racism and hate. Started in 2020, Hate is a Virus continues to amplify, educate, and activate AAPI to stand for justice and equality and solidarity with other communities. They do this by mobilizing our community to participate in local and national campaigns, creating space for dialogue and education, and providing actionable steps and funding in partnership with trusted community leaders. Since launching in April 2020, they have raised over $30K to help a host of essential BIPOC community organizations across the nation and ran 2 virtual fundraising events featuring icons including Sandra Oh, Baron Davis, Apollo Ono, Mirai Nagasu, and more. I pitched this idea to Roll20 to both celebrate the first day of May AAPI Heritage Month, as well as do something tangible in response to the surge of racist acts of violence against our community. If you want to know the game, if you want to catch the game itself, please set a reminder for 5 p.m. Pacific time, aka 8 p.m. EST for today. If you want to know where that translates to you if you don't live there, you can check Google. Without further ado, please allow me the immense honor of introducing our cast. So first off, for our amazing, beautiful GM, we have Lili Sparx. Lili Sparx is a girl with many lives. Follow her on Twitter and Instagram at Lili Sparx. That's Lili Sparx with an X, to join in her various TTRPG creations and streams. Thanks for being here, Lili.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. This is going to be such a great game.
All right, and next we have Pooja. Pooja is a queer South Asian nerd with a love for theatrics and fantasy. She loves playing in every RPG system she can get her hands on, and has recently forayed into game writing. When she isn't playing or dreaming of her next buff character, she moonlights as an Among Us imposter. Don't we all?
Hi, everyone. Yeah. It's the only kind of imposter syndrome we should have.
Damn. Yes. And next, it is my honor to introduce Jimmy Wong. Jimmy Wong is an actor and host. He was in the live-action rendition of Mulan and just celebrated the 10th anniversary of his viral song on YouTube in response to an anti-Asian rant from a then UCLA student. Hopefully not there.
Pretty sure she left.
She's still there, actually. He is currently hosting on Ben TV and is, of course, known for his work on Feast of Fiction and Game Nights.
Yay. Hello. Thank you, everyone. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Jimmy. And of course, we have the beautiful Rakhim Sakura, an iconic contestant on the 12th season of the cultural juggernaut RuPaul's Drag Race, who practically won overnight the hearts of queers, nerds, and queer nerds alike. She recently released her series, Rakhim Sakura Sexy Superhero Sickening Spectacular, on WoW Presents, and regularly puts out videos on her amazing YouTube channel.
Thank you so much for having me. Who knew that would be tabletop gaming and not table bottom gaming?
I was gonna say,
am I
I
right,
was
you
gonna
guys?
say. Ladies, am I right?
I also stream on Twitch here. I play Danganronpa every Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go into Resident Evil in a couple weeks as soon as we finish. But overall, I'm just really glad to be here. I'm vibing. You know, if there's anyone that's gonna be dragging the party down, it's me.
I see what you did there.
Haha. Like the creature, right?
Mhm.
We'll just
Yeah,
see if- I wanna see
exactly.
if the
Yeah.
Wings
As
and
soon as I get my
fears.
nails on.
If we say
Yeah.
dragon,
Yeah.
what does this thing say? Is it say it right?
It says we see a
See a
rag.
rag.
Dang it. My diction
A rag.
needs a fix-in.
They're not wrong though.
Has anyone else's like mom had that thing? Because you know we're an all Asian cast here. Has anyone else's mom has that thing where Siri doesn't understand her? My mom gets so
Oh
mad.
yeah, that's
She'll be like-
the hidden racism of series. You gotta have a very normal American accent to be understood.
I mean, even now, still, when you use like regular cameras, like the actual Snapchat cameras, they can still be like, "Did you accidentally close your eyes while you?" Anyways, that besides the fact. Also, I wanted to give a super quick shout out to our producer at Kappa Chris,
Yay.
doing excellent work behind the scenes. Production is an important invisible work, and I just wanted to make sure that we thanked him as much as we could. And also, who am I? Good question. I'm Chris Lamb. I fight evil by moonlight and host On Camera by Daylight, primarily covering gaming, anime, and social issues. I'm mostly known for my work at BuzzFeed. If you don't recognize me, that's fine. Just don't tell me. And Chris, and I've also appeared on Nerdist Collider, Funimation, and GaryCon. And I've also have done stuff with PAX South and WonderCon. And I'm currently a co-host of the Queer Media podcast. Have you tried not being a podcast? Cool. And with that, Lily, do you mind talking a bit about the Tiltify donation tiers and taking it away from here?
Absolutely. I would love to. So we have lots of donation tiers going on because obviously we want to raise as much money for this super important cause. So what's a great way to raise money than to influence the game that we're about to play? So here we have 4 fresh AF Masks players who haven't played before. So we are going to go through and create some teen superheroes. And if you want to donate to help influence the lives and stories of these teen superheroes, you can check out our donation link, which I think Ahmad can drop in chat there for you. But I'll just talk a little bit about what you can get out of it. So throughout Mask's creation, there is a lot of like backstory and relationship elements. So we have an option here to name an NPC. So somebody says, my mom is a superhero defense attorney. You could have the opportunity to name mom, and we will name drop whatever name you want for the mom on there. We also have create an NPC. So if you just want to fully make an NPC, you can tell me their voice, what they look like, how they fit in the story, and I will have your NPC drop in for a cameo sometime in the game, and it'll be a part of their backstory as well. We also have create a villain. So, you know, it's not D&D, so we can't just like drop a boss fight in the middle of the thing, but give me a villain. Same thing. Tell me their voice, appearance, look. I will have that villain slip in there. All of these suggestions, of course, are, you know, subject to like the code of conduct of the stream and stuff. So please don't suggest anything completely outlandish. But those
Thanks
are
for the money.
options.
Thanks
Yes,
for the money.
thank you for the money. Thanks for the money. Make nice suggestions. It'll all be great. And then we also have a fun one that I like, which is just submit a quirk. So just a little something about a character. Maybe they have a pet dog. Maybe they really enjoy Xbox over PlayStation. Just a little like tidbit of information that we can plug in about these characters to flesh them out and make them 4-dimensional. So all of those are available for the character creation portion of this. We have some other ones coming up as well. That'll be for the actual game, which will really be fun, granting advantages, making things worse, making things super worse, and, you know, making people feel feelings. But for now, let's take it away in the character creation. But first, all right. please keep in mind as well, we have a donation goal for this stream. So we are going to be giving away a Masks RPG hardcover. So you will get the physical book at you. My beautiful, beautiful mods are going to start the giveaway in chat when we hit the goals. Hey, Jess, I think we don't even have a milestone goal for this. I feel like this one was just a giveaway. Can we just do a giveaway? I think that would be cool. Yeah. Let's just give it away. Help me, Jess.
Am I eligible? Just quick wondering for a friend named.
Everyone's eligible, you know. Wait, am I eligible? Your friend is wondering if you're eligible for the giveaway?
Yeah, he is in chat. Definitely.
Best friend ever.
He's just really nervous. He doesn't want to say it. Happy May, by the way, everyone. It is now officially Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Although, you know what?
Yay. We have 1 month to make a difference. Just one.
I'm claiming a year.
We matter for 1 month, y'all.
Awesome. So we will hit that giveaway when we hit our first goal, which I believe is $1,000. We are already at 250, so we are pretty much there. So just keep it rolling. We are going all day. Character creation will be happening for the next hour and 45 minutes-ish. And then there will be a D&D one-shot in between. And then we'll be back to play with these fancy new characters. So without further ado, let us begin our Masks character creation process. To start with, I think we have kind of an idea of which playbooks we'd like to play. Rock, why don't you take us away and announce which playbook you are claiming today?
Okay, so the playbook that I am claiming today is the Transformed. I really resonate with the ability to just transform into other things, right here in front of you too. I also just picked this playbook with the
potential. You didn't wake up like that?
Yeah, well, I did wake up like this, but I had to transform sometime last week. It's been on my face. It got really big and got really small. But I really just resonated with this because I think that there's potential for me to like grow really big feet. And I don't know why, but my foot fetish is really strong today. So that's kind of what I was manifesting, was just big toesies.
Mm-hmm. Big feet energy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speak it into the universe.
Amazing. Rock, I'm going to call on you like an English high school teacher. Can you read your little like blurb on the Transformed playbook there for us so that we have your beautiful auditory skills explaining what is the heart of this character?
Is that the moment of truth, or is it like the little thing next to the
photo? Yeah.
Okay. You can recall a time not too long ago when you looked normal, when you didn't feel I read this wrong. Okay, let me start again. Okay, guys. Great. This is role play. There is no second takes.
There are though.
You can recall a time not too long ago when you looked normal, when you didn't feel their stares, when you didn't hear their gasps, when no one thought of you as a monster. Those were the days, huh? Those were the days.
Those were the days. But now you got your big feet energy and you are ready to be out in the world, no matter
what. My body covered in nipples. That's the thing, right? People just...
Oh my lord.
Nice.
But all the nipples are covered in tassels.
Cool.
Ooh.
We will work with this for sure. So while you're envisioning your body and your like full nipple and big feet energy, I also want you to start thinking about like your names. So you're gonna have your civilian name, and you can have a hero name as well, a superhero name of some kind. And then you have some choices here for your abilities of what you're going to be able to do. So I'm going to let you ruminate on that for a moment. And who else has a playbook they would like to share?
I'll wait till let everyone go first because I have a few that I could do.
Yeah, I wanted to wait until everyone went first too because I'm nice.
All right, then I'll go.
Yes.
Hey everyone, Pooja again, and I will be playing the bull because one of the things that I have kind of found myself doing over the last year is wanting to punch things in roleplay. So we're going with that theme, big dumb shimbo coming your way. And as for the blurb for the bull, it's you're big, strong, and tough. You know what fighting really is, and you're good at it. Sure, you've got a soft side too, but you only show that to the people you care about most. everybody else, they can eat your fist.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that.
Teenagers, PG-13. But
The
yeah.
game is teenagers.
Amazing. So same thing, Pooja, go ahead and start picturing who you want to be, your name, your look, all of that goodness. And I know Chris or Jimmy, one of you is gonna have to go before the other. So
Sure, I can. Oh, okay.
I'll go. I want
Please.
to be the Nova. That wasn't what
Yes.
you wanted, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a yes or no. Okay. So the Nova, you're a font of power. Channel it, and you can remake the world into exactly what you want. Unleash it, and you can do miracles. It's wonderful and terrifying. Lose control for even a second, and other people might get hurt.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
I personally refer to this character as the hot mess character, so I'm very excited to see another Nova. So yeah, we'll start thinking of who that's gonna be. And Chris.
Yeah. So this is a hard decision, but I'm gonna go with the brain.
Nice.
You've always been the smartest kid in the room. Your inventions are world class. Your tactical plans are flawless, and your mind is a steel trap memory palace of extraordinary ideas. If only the others knew how sometimes none of that seems to matter. Some of that keeps the shadows at bay. None of that keeps the shadows at bay. None of that can make up for what you did, or might do.
With great brain come great responsibility. Yes, you know it. You know it. All right.
I don't.
You will role play.
Yes, I
know
will.
it.
I
Yes.
will.
Amazing. All right. So this is our group. We have a transformed, a bull, a nova, and a brain. I love it. All right. So who are our superheroes going to be? I'm just going to leave it open. Anyone jump in when you have an idea of like your names and look, and then we can start introducing that.
Okay, so I had an idea for my superhero name. I've always resonated with the name Samantha, but we have to make it special. So my name is gonna be Shmamantha, like with an SH in front of it, like kind of like, or it could be either Shmamantha or Shmether, Shether, Schwether.
I kind of
Maybe
like
like-
Schmether.
Schmether? Yeah, maybe
Kind of has a
Schmether.
ring to it.
Okay, we're doing Schmether, and Shmamantha is my civilian name.
Great.
And like I said before, my whole entire body is gonna be covered in tassels, like some sort of burlesque dancer, like the likes of no one has ever seen before. From head to toe is all tassel. So in essence, I kind of look like a wacky inflatable arm person, but mixed with like Dita Von Teese, but also like with a very straight and narrow body, except I have a dump truck. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of built like a light bulb.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Like
A
an
light
upside
bulb
down
of
light bulb.
tassels. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
A
yeah.
light bulb of tassels.
Let me draw
Amazing.
a picture for you guys. Let me
Yes.
hold on.
In your
Thank
mind's
you.
eye, imagine a light bulb upside down. It's got a booty that can shake the world.
Don't forget, but
Shmamantha.
A light bulb on legs.
Okay, so it's kind of like this.
Great.
Okay.
I'm
But
sorry,
where are
it
the
looks a little bit
tassels?
like dick butt.
Just imagine
It's a
that.
tiny
Just
thing.
imagine the tassels everywhere. Wait, I forgot. I have breasts too,
Yeah,
so
no,
it's
it-
like
it-
this. This is it.
Oh,
okay.
great.
That's-
Yeah.
There it
Okay,
is.
so that's me.
I like how they are breasts that look like
Yeah.
they could also be used as T-Rex,
T-Rex.
hands.
Well, I
And now-
don't have any arms. I
They're
could
nubs.
transform
Yeah,
them.
I mean, she's transformed. They
choose
could be
not to.
both. Why not both?
Exactly.
I love it.
True.
You've never wanted to grab things with your boobs?
Now I forever want that.
I know.
And will cry every day that my boobs can't just like grab that, you know. If I could hold a coffee mug with my boob
I know.
and like sip from it, that'd be perfect. I just want to make sure I'm spelling this right.
Spelling.
Shmamantha. So Schmantha.
That's right, Shmamantha.
And Schmether is the last name?
Schmether is my civilian name, yes.
Okay. Oh, and Shmamantha.
Oh, it's my last name. Sorry, it's
Okay,
my last
cool.
name. Shmamantha
And
Schmether.
do you think you would operate with a hero name? Or would you just go by Shmamantha Schmether?
My hero name would probably just be Shmamantha Schmether the Schmurd.
Perfect. I'm just going to take a wild swing at spelling Schmurg, and hopefully that's cool with you.
My name is Shmamantha Schmether the Schmurd. I'm the Schmurd in my bloodline. My father's name was also Shmamantha Schmurd.
The Schmeckend.
The second. He, of course, had followed Samantha Schmether the Smurf.
Perfect. All right. I love it. And I wish that we could just like, I don't know, can you like take a photo of the character art you drew and like put it, so someday give it to me so I can put it somewhere on the character sheet? That would be amazing.
I'm putting it here right now.
Thank
Taking
you.
a picture.
You want to frame it, put it somewhere in your house.
Definitely. That's what I need to cover up this empty space is I need Shmamantha Schmether the Schmurth right here. Who else has got a name and wants to do an intro? I'm gonna call
Nobody?
you if you don't say anything.
Yeah, you can.
Nobody wants to say it.
All right, let's go with Chris because he was the last to pick his playbook.
All right, so let's see. I'm going like I want to like really represent the community, and I usually play girl characters, and I still want to play one here. I think I'm gonna go with the name Tiffany.
Very nice.
Ooh, Tiffany.
You know, I'm sure that we all don't know someone Asian who is named Tiffany, and
I was gonna say like Jenny.
yeah.
Read our community.
I mean, if it was a boy, it would be named Kevin, but
oh wow, you just hit me in the feels. All right, Tiffany, do you think you have a superhero name that
Yes.
you operate under?
I would name it. I want her to be named Clarity.
Nice.
Nice.
The Zed song.
Yep, I literally started singing it in my head as you said it, but that is perfect. All right. And what do you think Tiffany looks like?
She is East Asian and is definitely on the like reads queer just slightly. Like I'm thinking of like, you know, the like having like a slight side shave. Having like a
little bit.
Like a little bit and then a little bit of that. Has like a bit of a tan, you know, from being a SoCal, being from the coast.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes.
And definitely like is not fashionable.
Perfect.
Like still working that out. Still working out her aesthetic.
Like not fashionable in the sense of like everything she wears looks like it might be a hand-me-down and isn't really pieced together, or like not fashionable in the sense of like wears the same thing every day and is like a jeans and t-shirt kind of gal.
Right. Yeah. Like
Too much layering.
Not enough layering.
layers even during the summer.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, the type of person that finds clothes and fashion to be like a little bit of an encumbrance and not really like important. But it's not that she has hand-me-downs. It's just that she just usually wears the same thing, and you know, her suit is like her hero suit would be very simple and very like, you know, black and white, gray.
Classic.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask.
Classic Tiffany.
Does
Classic.
Samantha
Classic
Schmether
Tiffany.
have a hero suit?
Does Schmether have a hero suit?
Yeah.
I would say I don't think Schmezer has too much of a hero suit. I think Schmezer would run around maybe at most a leotard, but not a very well-fitting leotard. Even though I can transform, I'm not very good at filling it out.
Aw, and you gotta make room for all the tassels.
Exactly. And there's no tassels on the leotard, so
And that
keep
booty.
that in mind. Yeah. Also, too, there's a cutout, but it's just above my butt cheeks.
Perfect.
So I have
No.
I have a cleavage cutout, but it's in the back. It's
I
like
was
With some
hoping for
tassels
a-
sticking out.
yeah, like a tail.
Chaps.
I was hoping for assless chaps.
Yeah.
Assless chaps with nothing on. Okay, you know what? Leotard and assless chaps on my fully tasseled body.
Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah!
Everything you dreamed of and more.
Yes. This is what we want from TTRPG. Is
Exactly.
whatever you want. And what would Schmether's like color aesthetic be? Does she want like a vibe?
Schmether's whole color aesthetic is like Malibu colors, so it's like pinks and yellows and purples and anything that's like kind of Kim Petras-y vaporwave. I also forgot to mention I have a wig on, and it's a very ratty Party City blonde wig.
Yeah, I
The
love
Marilyn Monroe very shiny styled wig.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing that scene in Avengers Infinity War where the portals are opening up and out pops like Schmether. And then out pops like the very austere Tiffany. Yeah, this is going to be a good team as they assemble. All right. Pooja, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I was thinking that I also need to represent my fellow brown people, but I'm going really, really far from the normal in that I am playing, I think I'm going to call her Saya. And she is like 5'11", buff as shit. Like she has the build of like, what is like ultimate fighting? I'm a nerd. I don't speak fighting terms. She looks like Abby from Last of Us too.
Nice.
So that's what I'm gonna go with. And her fashion sense out of costume is very much bisexual terror, like leather jacket, plaid, jeans that are ripped. Yeah, I mean, she's her clothes are ripped from like fighting and hitting things, so they look really cool in their rips, but she did not purchase them that way.
Nice.
So no purchase distress, natural distress only. And both her, I think I was thinking for her superhero name to go with Steamroller because she is subtle as a steamroller, and lots of blacks and purples and darker colors, just so that when she stands next to Shmamantha, they can see like complete polar opposites.
I didn't rip my clothes, but I bought these distressed.
Yes.
I have the distinct feeling that anyone next to Shmamantha is gonna look like polar opposites. Like, just a hunch, but you know, amazing.
Like, did Shmamantha get all her clothes from Schmabercrombie and Schmitch?
I actually got these are
Schmalvation
actually Smoochie
Oh,
and
fair.
Versace. So don't come for me. Don't come for Samantha right now, okay?
Perfect. And you said Steamroller's civilian name is Smaya?
Saya.
Saya. I have
Yeah.
the
Maya.
Well, I think like everyone should like, I don't know, it's too early in the day, but take a shot every time somebody calls her Smaya.
How do you spell Saya, please?
Saaya.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Beautiful. Love it. And last but certainly not least, what have we got, Jimmy?
So I am Nova. My real name in real life is Jerry. just nice, boring Jerry.
Classic.
Jerry is a diminutively small version of myself, based heavily on myself in middle school, high school. So like very frail and tiny. However, my superpower makes me very strong, and to the point where if I don't control it, people get hurt. So Jerry, also being very insecure, decided to make his hero name The Craze, because he wants to be people to look at him when he's like all like not really buffed up, but like buffed up, and call him The Craze. He's not The Craze by any means.
Nice.
So Jerry is, I would say, I was gonna say of East Asian descent, but I have so many Filipino friends that I feel like I could do them justice representing them today. So I will represent our Southeast Asian Islander friends. And so he's played soccer when he was a kid because it was a non-contact sport. Very, like, not short, like I'd say middle height, but definitely, you know, a lot people would make fun of him for having chicken legs. That's sort of his size. So he's definitely in that world of things. But that's Jerry, aka The Craze. He's not The Craze, by the way. He really likes that name. He thought it sounded really cool.
Does he correct people every time someone calls him that?
Well, when people call him when he's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm The Craze," everyone's like, he sounds way too confident to actually be.
You're like the cereal?
Like, no, the craze. Like, people are crazy about me. And everyone's like, all right, cool, Jerry. I'll see you tomorrow.
Great.
So I'm gonna try very hard not to pat him on the head.
Yeah, he's definitely, he's got that sort of shape. You do want to just be like, oh,
buddy. Perfect. Does he spell it with a C or a K?
Oh, definitely with a C.
Okay,
He's
cool.
Yeah.
He's not that crazy.
He's not that crazy. Yeah, he's not like a '90s rock punk band.
Boy, do I want to see that as a character now, though. Maybe in another game.
Maybe, you know, depending on how he ends up and if he intimidates people or not, he'll become The Craze with a K.
Nice. That'll be his evolution. Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
And then he has to start correcting people on how to spell it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I know I said it with a C before, but now it's with a K.
Yeah, now I decided that actually it was cooler, so it's Craze with a K. Get it right, chump.
Perfect. I love it. All right. So this is like the foundation and baseline of our characters. Now, all of our characters have what I like to call like soft moves and hard moves. So you have these abilities. You have innate superpowers, all of you. Well, actually, not all of you. Some of them are slightly different than your general innate superpowers. But for the most part, you have these abilities. Now, these you can do basically at any time, like, and it's whatever your imagination thinks it is, you know, like, so right now I'm looking at the Nova's playbook. For example, one of the Nova's abilities is elemental control. That can mean I'm able to evaporate any kind of water immediately. That could mean I'm Avatar the Last Airbender and control all of the elements. That can mean you know, if you show me a periodic table of elements, I can, like, you know, create any of those elements, you know, whatever your imagination wants it to be, that's what your powers are going to manifest as. So I'm going to actually start it off real simple because I know that Steamroller, you have a very straightforward ability set. So let's go ahead and hear the Bull's abilities. You are muted, my dear.
Is it the bull moves?
The ability. So it's the bottom little bit of the first page of the PDF.
Gotcha. Let me pull that up. Okay. My ability is that someone or something changed me, made me into a perfect weapon. Superhumanly tough, incredibly strong, and uniquely skilled at fighting. So I decide how each of those abilities manifest.
What do you think?
The Craze, by the way, just hearing this from afar and it's just like, I'm so jealous. You are a perfect being. This is unacceptable.
So I think let's go with what's a classic superhero starter power. I think she was caught in an earthquake and ended up pushing all of the rocks off of herself to save herself and her family.
Perfect.
And since then, she was just like, I think she was very young at the time, and then she was probably like 4'11", you know, a tiny little Indian girl, and then she buffed out and decided that she really didn't like being a tiny Indian girl and took matters into her own hands and hit a hell of a growth spurt. She comes from the part of India where I do, which is everyone's real short, so she's just like towering over the women and men. And yeah, for the most part, her skill set manifests in her punching things very hard, and like whenever people hit her, like she's just one of those, like she's like the buff version of baby Captain America, where she just like keeps going. Like she does not fall, she does not back down.
Like a steamroller.
She's a steamroller, and she will steamroll the faces that come into her or her friend's way.
Awesome. So if we were to see her in like a comic book fight, would there be any physical changes, or is it literally just tiny Indian girl?
Well, she's not tiny anymore. She's like
she buffed up.
5'11". Yeah, she's buff. What you really just see is like, you know, back muscles rippling, like you know, Tomb Raider style. Like it's just hot. And yeah, you probably like, I mean, I don't want to say she hulks out of her sleeves because she doesn't wear sleeves, but if she did, they'd be ripping.
Awesome.
Right. She tried to put them on one time, and there's like, nope, those aren't sticking around.
Remember that moment in like whatever Fast and the Furious movie when The Rock flexed and broke his cast? Yeah. Like that's what.
Oh, The Rock. When The Rock flexed?
Yeah.
Oh, when The Rock flexed and broke their cast? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Perfect.
Speaking of nutting.
Which we never did on stream. Now that
nobody gets
that's
that.
an inside
That's right,
joke. None of y'all gonna get
joke.
that. Jimmy was talking about nutting for some reason.
Secrets. Amazing. I also wanted to shout out to chat right now. I don't know if y'all noticed, if you're just listening, but there are giveaways going on. So definitely poke your head into chat and get in on that. And also, you know, get them donations rolling as well, of course. Very good. But let's go over to the brain and start talking about what you do.
Yeah,
Some doggy ear flapping. Don't mind that.
I think I'm going to go with. I'm torn between the force field belt and the prosthetics. I think prosthetics is more interesting.
Prosthetic self-altering limbs. So
yeah,
like they got their whole sentient thing going on without you, I think.
Oh, it's sentient?
Maybe. That's what I hear when I hear self-altering. Like, they're doing stuff on their own. But, of course, it is up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Perfect. So, how do you think these limbs are going to operate, look like, be?
So, I think it would be like... I would want it to be the, like, basically, like, replacing the entire left arm, and also, like, almost, like, even a little bit of like, this part too, like, the torso area. And, like, I think no one can see this because she's clothed, but, unfortunately. And, I feel, and I think, I'm thinking that, like, you can tell, like, the wear and tear, like, between the mechanical part and the and the human part, and I think you can also tell that, like, from the arm, that there is, like, a degree of, like, a lot of, like, adjustments to it. You know, there's, like, old parts to it, there's, like, new parts to it, parts that, like, might not go together. Again, not an aesthetic person,
right?
And like, yeah, like, it's kind of like Siri when like, you know, you'll say something and then it'll hear, and then, like, the arm will hear something different, and so it'll like change into, like, something else. So it's like, hey, like, I need, like, you know, a drill right now, and then it'll be like, okay,
transforming krill.
Yeah, transforming mixing bowl, transforming into a blender.
Awesome. So we have a somewhat janky, somewhat useful prosthetic robot arm. Perfect. Love it. Awesome. All right. Let us then go over to, I want to hear about these explosive powers from the Nova. What kind of superpowers are you going to have there?
Okay, so I have a lot of choices here. There's elemental control, gravity manipulation, cosmic energies. I think the thing that makes the craze feel like he's super crazy is gravity manipulation. So like he was sort of in the gym trying to show off his sick muscles, but they were really bad. And then he realized that he had the ability to make the thing he was holding way lighter. And so he started lifting weights that he actually couldn't do, but convincing everyone that he had like really strong buff muscles underneath.
Nice.
So gravity manipulation is his fundamental way to control the world around him.
Amazing.
But he hasn't explored the limits of it yet. You know, he can like touch something and make it lighter, but he doesn't actually realize how deep or how far it can actually go.
And of course, as the Nova, you don't have a ton of control over it. So that's always fun for people around you.
Yeah, like he might pick up a weight and make it lighter, but then accidentally do this and just like fling it and it's got no gravity and it just literally just goes off forever.
Like a video game glitch. It's just like into the sky forever.
But it carries the same weight with it. So if it was a really heavy thing, it would do a lot of damage on the way.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, cool. I'm excited to experiment with that in the game. Excellent. And last but certainly, never least, Shmamantha Schmether, the Schmerg. What abilities would you like your transform to have?
So I have a lot of options for Shmamantha. It says you appear to obviously you appear obviously and clearly monstrous, and your powers are tied to your appearance. Choose to describe how they make you grotesque. So I have I can choose between impenetrable armor, inhuman might, plant affinity, superhuman senses, technopathy, and transmuting flesh. I think obviously I have to go for transmuting flesh. So Shmamantha is very much able to like really just change her shape, change her appearance. If she ever gets like hit or anything like that, then wherever she gets hit, it just transmutes to like a thing that says like ow or something like that, like or pow or bazinga or something nonsensical like that. And I also think that I would love to have superhuman senses. Shmamantha can really just detect danger, but mostly can detect where the nearest Starbies is, so that she can get herself like a matcha latte or like a pink drink or something like that. Or just like, is she like, does anyone want something from Starbies? I'm gonna make a Starbies run. Does anyone else want Starbies? Is anyone tired right now? Does anyone
I know where I'm going after this stream then.
Oh my god, does anyone want Starbies right now? It's not, we're not sponsored, but
let's take a moment to talk about Starbies.
Let's take a moment to talk about our sponsor, Starbucks, today. Thank you so much.
I must insist that Starbies sell things as chai and not chai tea, because otherwise fists are flying.
Come on, TT. What's the TT, sis?
So Shmantha Schmether basically is connected to Foursquare, is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Oh my
you
god!
tell when people check in.
I haven't heard the name Foursquare in like, oh my god, 5 years.
Foursquare.
Foursquare is still relevant. No, I don't know that for.
No offense to anybody that works
for sure.
It's not relevant. That's just
if you use Foursquare, I apologize.
So I would say that she definitely has superhuman senses, but only uses them for very vapid like things that kind of like self-service in the moment. Like, does anyone want to go to Chipotle? There's two within a half-mile radius. We have two options, you guys. One of them always tastes good, but they're always out of cheese. The other one always has cheese, but it's kind of spotty on whether or not it's gonna taste good. So.
Sexual nightmare.
Oh my god! Wait, so
Never
you're
go
kind
hungry.
You're kind of like that witch from Asylum, from American Horror Story Apocalypse.
That's exactly what it is.
Where she rolls her eyes back and she's like 300 calories.
Hold on, wait, okay. The skinny latte is 250.
Amazing.
Okay.
Let's just roll back 2 quick secs to transmuting flesh. So I am curious, this is half a joke, half a suggestion. I just want to put it out in the world. Can your tassels perhaps like grow super long and become like a whirlstorm of whips around you?
Oh, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Kind of like a starfish, how they all kind of have I have tassels all over my body, but they kind of have their own kind of like mind sort of phalange thing. It's how I like interact and kind of see the world is with these phalange tassels. So if I ever need to, I could like grab something really high. I could like whip onto a tree branch. I can make them really long and you guys can grab the ends and we can skip rope. I don't know when that might come into play, but it's on the table, guys. It really is an option. And if you really wanted to, you could French braid them.
Yes. Why do I feel like the creators of Adventure Time need to make the show of Samantha? Like I'm seeing it perfectly in my head as this beautiful like animated superhero show of Samantha Schmether.
Samantha Schmether, this bird.
It's perfect. I love it. Awesome. Well, all right. So we have the foundations laid down for our characters, and we are now getting into that real fun backstory stuff that our incentives are going to tie into perfectly. So if you want to get in there with some creating NPCs or quirks or villains for us, please go ahead and hit that donate link.
Exciting.
So exciting. Now, you are teenagers. So I'm going to go over like a little quick mechanic spiel here if we want to take a look at the second page of the PDF. So in this game, of course, it's a dice game. It's based on chance partially. So your labels are going to be like basically your ability scores of what you add or subtract from your dice rolls depending on how good or bad you are at things. Except in masks, your labels will actually shift because all of these labels are based on how you see yourself. Because you're a teenager, you don't actually know how you see yourself. You're constantly changing and being influenced by others around you. You're very confused about your sense of identity. So these things will shift throughout the game. Your danger is how dangerous or a threat you see yourself. A freak is like how much of an outsider or different you feel. Your savior is like, am I a good person or paragon of justice? Superior is how witty and cunning and like cool I am. And mundane is how normal human being, just average kid you feel. So you all start with wherever that little white highlighted box is, that's your starting stat. And then you can add a +1 to whichever you choose. So if y'all could do me the favor and just go into your character sheets and just plug those in there. And as you do that, everyone good with putting them into our Roll20 character sheets? Cool. It's just a little number up and down system. And while you do that, I'll talk a little bit about these conditions.
Oh, wait. How many allotments do we have?
So if you look at your actual playbook, so for the transformed, for example, on the second page of the transformed, you'll see what your starting stat should be at. Hang on. I'm actually going to...
Yeah, that's right. +1 to dangerous.
Oh, I understand. Oh no, I don't have the second page of the transformed playbook up, which is why this is a problem. Hang on. Let me just do this real quick.
Yeah, the second one, it'll say labels, and then when you're at character creation, you can +1 to whichever one you choose.
The problem is I have the page 1 of the transformed for both pages. And I need to remember where I saved all these things. Little overlay as we go through. So transformed, and I want the page 2 of this. And
So while we're trying to find the second page of the transform, remember at any time during this entire stream, you can donate. Links will be in the chat, and everything that you donate will go towards ending Asian hate, especially now, the first day of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Yes.
Appreciation, heritage, all of the things.
If you
Appreciation.
really want to help
heritage,
our
history.
community, please make sure to donate. And
We've
also,
already raised $370, by the way.
Wow, $370. Do you know how much Starbucks that is? I mean, do you know how much it can help our community?
Do you know how much
That's what I'm saying.
Starbucks that is?
Do you know how much Starbucks that is, you guys? Oh my god.
my-
We're gonna have so
Alright.
much matcha.
Thank
It's like
you,
3 whole
Rick,
drinks.
the GM, for donating. I'm calling them out. I'm seeing it. I'm watching this chat. And you can also do
Yeah.
stuff like name characters, right? Give NPC suggestions, all sorts
Yep.
of cool things.
Create villains, which I'm
If you
very
want to give
excited about.
Schmether a schmillin, go ahead. Schmillin, then go ahead.
I am so happy with how confused the closed captioner is by everything you're saying.
Oh.
Does not understand.
Oh, especially in Schmether voice.
Yeah.
Especially in Schmether voice. Let's see how it works.
It's getting familiar,
Familiar
yeah, especially
boy.
familiar
Especially
boy.
familiar
That's
boy.
exactly what you said.
Hey.
We all love a familiar boy.
yeah.
So, Rock, I think you should be able to see the second page of the transformed there now, and things should make more sense.
There we
hopefully.
go. Yes, thank you so
Excellent.
much.
Thank you. All right. So now I'll talk a little bit about these conditions. So you don't have to worry about them right now. But again, you're teenagers and you have a lot of feelings. You have superpowers, which is cool. But yeah, a lot of feelings that come with it. So we have all these conditions that are basically the consequences of the game. We don't care so much in this game about physical damage. Like, of course, you will take physical damage and that will be bad. But we don't even track it because all it matters is you got punched in the face. How does that make you feel? Yeah,
Good.
so
Wait, what?
afraid.
How does that make you feel?
I liked it. Oh no, now I feel a little guilty for
Oh
liking
no.
it.
I'll say flashback to my emo teen years.
Oh yes.
Flashback to every therapy session that I have.
Side note, this is just completely random, but my best friend, like my childhood best friend, reminded me the other day that in grade 8 we used to listen to a band called Smile Empty Soul. And that's just a
Oh.
snapshot of
Wow.
my teen angst years. So
I can relate to that.
Yeah. So these conditions we have are afraid, angry, guilty, hopeless, and secure. Anytime you have these conditions marked, they'll give a -2 to a certain roll. Although, to be honest, as a GM, I'm really bad at remembering that. But roll 20 makes it so easy because it automatically calculates it for you. So if you have a condition marked, it'll add all those things. It's great. And what I always tell my masks player as well is I will prompt you to take conditions, definitely. There will be certain times where I'm like, okay, go ahead and take something. But I also want you as players, feel free to step into your character. And if you go through a scene or a moment and you're like, damn, that would actually make me feel really guilty, like you can feel free to mark your own conditions as well. Looking at you, hot mess Nova, because you get more powerful with conditions. So feel free to feel feelings, yes. And that is all well and good. And now for my favorite part of masks, where I can live all of my dreams of being a therapist, let's talk about your backstories, which are going to be kind of sad, but hopefully also kind of funny. So, let us start with, I'm going to go around and we're just going to do the first question of each of your backstory things and then, go another round and then, yeah, so on and so forth. So we'll start with, Steamroller. Who changed you?
I think like I said, the near-death experience of almost losing my family to that earthquake changed me. At least physically, but emotionally, I'm a teenager, so my changes happen every day.
Yes, amazing.
Like every time someone says something mean to me, I change.
Was this a naturally occurring earthquake, or was it a villain-inspired earthquake, or do you not know?
I don't know, but it was at a place that has absolutely no geographical fault lines, so she suspects nefarious folks. But she can't prove it yet, but that's her life's mission, I think.
Cool. And just so I'm like picturing the scene, right? The ground is shaking around you. Earths are falling on you.
Yeah.
Totally. That's legit. Rocks are falling on you with the earths. And that's when your powers just like came forth within you and you start, get off my mom.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Cool.
like you just see like a pile of rubble and then like just little pieces of concrete go flying out as she as the smallest person of the family helps get the whole family out. Yeah.
Amazing. All right, perfect. And going over now, let's go over to Shmantha Schmother because I'm so curious about this backstory. Who were you before you were transformed?
So before I became Samantha Schmother, the Schmurd, I was a normal girl named Samantha Heather the Third. And see, that's where it comes in. On a normal night before, like, what is it, homecoming? My friends had pressured me into stealing this really big kind of like sequin tassel top. And I really just like, I was like, I don't know, you guys. I don't know if this is right. And then they're like, do it, Samantha Heather. Otherwise, we're going to tell Mark, who's the person that I really had a crush on. He's like, that you're a wuss. And I was like, I'm not a wuss. I'll totally do it. And then after lots of chanting and jeering and like lots of like peer pressure, like, you know, like white people peer pressure, I ran into the store and I grabbed the top. And before I left, I put it on. I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. I wish I could have afforded it. And then I got caught by a security guard and he's like, hey, what are you doing over there? And I was like, oh no, I gotta go. If I get caught, then I'll get kicked off the trust fund. And so I like dart out of the store. And then the security guard's chasing me. He's like, come back here. And I'm like running back and forth. And then my friends totally ditched me. They totally ditched me. They're supposed to be waiting for me just in case something went wrong, but they totally left. They were never my friends to begin with. You guys. No. And then I'm running. And then like he corners me by like the edge of like a bridge and stuff. And he's like, give back the dress, young lady. And I'm like, I can't do it. And he's like, you got nowhere to go. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then I jump off the bridge. And then it turns out not toxic waste. There is a toxic waste dump right at the bottom of like where I jumped, but I completely miss it. I completely miss the toxic waste. Like I'm still going down and I'm like, toxic waste. And then I'm still falling and I'm like, oh, phew, I missed that. And then I'm still falling and I'm like, oh my God, a pit of radioactive spiders. And then I completely dodged that too. And I'm like, oh, thank God. And then at the very, very bottom is just a man, like a giant man-sized microwave. And there's like a man in a truck and he's like delivering it to like a lab or something. And he's outside taking a smoke break. He doesn't think anything's going on. And then I fall into the microwave and then it turns on. And then it goes from like baked potato slowly to done. And then I came out. Like looking like this, completely fused to the top that I stole.
Because you had it as you were falling.
Because I had it on me as I was falling. I would have used with my Uggs, but they fell off of my feet.
Truck is how you got that dump truck on you.
Exactly. Well, it was in a dump truck, so it also happened. I had the dump truck to start with.
There you go.
Please mind you that in the backstory, my ass cheeks are clapping the whole time I'm running.
Excellent.
And that's how I became Samantha Schmother. I came out completely lispy and almost like Carol Channing-esque. And from then on, I always said I would follow the beat of my own drum and never be influenced by peer pressure.
The real toxic waste were the friends that you left behind.
Oh my God, you guys, the more you know.
Nobody needs toxic waste in their life, including bad friendships. So we are here for Shmamantha Schmother, the Schmurd's transformation. Thank you, Rock.
You're welcome.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Let us go over to the brain.
Cool. So...
Already.
Yeah, I also see it in my section that there's something about my shame, which I think plays well into this part, right? Like, so I think Tiffany / Clarity has always been, always been a tinkerer of sorts, always like broke stuff down. The type of typical like story that you hear of like, oh, when I was growing up, I always was like, I dismantled the VCR and didn't realize that it was a VCR, that my parents needed it. and like I would like shove coins into the CD player to see what happens. Not speaking from experience. and through like sheer raw talent, she was sent like the most prestigious like tech academy, the type where she's like the youngest person there. She's already like making money like with her intellectual properties and stuff, with her inventions and stuff. And for some reason it the lab or the company that she works at has an order for perhaps a giant microwave.
A man-sized microwave with
Yes.
a potato setting? Wow.
It
What a
sounds
coincidence.
almost familiar. Thank you.
And that was at the academy, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
This the type of school where like all of like it's all like geniuses and ultimates from Danganronpa, as you would say. And it's the type of I guess shame that Tiffany lives with, where she there was a recall after an accident happened regarding the microwave. She has no idea who what happened and who was involved in that accident. But it was kind of at that point, like after years of being told that she's brilliant, that she's a genius, and that she'll change the world, and she finally ends up hurting somebody because she was got overconfident, and she didn't really think about why she was doing what she was doing, and her reasons behind like even working for this academy / company / lab, that she kind of like recluses back a little bit, and develops like this more superior attitude as a shield, and also like starts experimenting on herself, I think, as a form of like maybe slow self-punishment for the people that she's hurt.
Okay, cool. Definitely going to dig into that a little bit more in a bit. So to answer the question, which is how did you first reveal your genius to your friends or family? Like it's kind of always been there, and then you went to the tech academy and it really blossomed. Yes?
Yeah. Like I would say that, probably at some point she turned the VCR into a blender, something like that.
Because that's what people always wanted.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, I'm getting this idea that like probably like maybe from when she was young, like she probably whipped up something, and then she like lost a finger because of like the thing that she made.
Does she have a bionic finger?
A whole arm.
A whole bionic arm.
Okay, but then she lost the finger from the arm?
I think she just lost the whole arm.
Oh, okay.
And replaced it with the whole arm.
I thought you were saying she lost a finger in her bionic arm.
Oh.
That's just kind of her thing. Is she is missing.
Oh wait, no,
like,
that's
a
good.
piece.
Yeah, no, I want that. That's great.
Like when you have a tablet phone,
it's a reminder.
And you lose your pen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Okay. And over to the craze.
What's up? I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm the craze. Everyone's crazy about me.
The craze. When did you first use your powers? I guess we kind of know.
Yes, so I was trying to impress people in the gym, and I picked up a huge weight, and I realized that I could make it lighter, and then I kind of lost control.
Oh, yes. So speaking of losing control, we'll just roll right into your next question, which is, who was the first person you accidentally hurt with your powers?
So Jerry didn't have too many friends. He didn't really have bullies either, but he actually did have one person that was just always really nice to him. It was sort of like a normal, just like pretty cute, good looking high school boy, this white kid that would get girls, and Jerry will always want, that sort of attention. never really got it. And he was always, his friend, we won't name him, was always super, super nice and, would always, sort of just be good to him. And when he was in the gym that day using his powers for the first time, he, kind of got really cocky. Like he lifted a big weight, was like, sick, I can do anything. I can pick up this whole rack. And so he starts to pick up like the literal machinery and stuff. And then his friend who was always there got a little worried, got closer and was like, hey, like you're kind of like getting a little insane. And in sort of his like, just like pure, I'm doing something cool finally and everyone's watching, he accidentally hit his friend with like a giant weight machine and severely injured him. Like, one person that's been nice to him his whole life.
Oh, that is
the waiting is the hardest part.
In other news, we have raised $420 now, and I just wanted everyone to see that number.
Amazing. Thank you all so much for continuing to donate and support and be a part of this stream. We are so excited to all be here to help fight anti-Asian.
And thanks for the bits in chat as well. People are donating all across the board.
Indeed. And don't forget, we now have at least one nameless NPC that might show up in the story. So we have a cute, popular white boy. If you want to name this NPC, $50 donation, you get to name the NPC and we will shout out their name on stream.
That's right.
Woo woo. All right, let's go over to, I think we already touched on a little bit of Shmamantha's second question as well. Why can't I open this? There it is. So when did you change and what caused it? So you changed during this fight. Really, ultimately, what caused it was the stolen top and the microwave, the man-sized microwave.
Truly, yes.
Shmamantha-sized microwave, as we
It was
say.
like, the microwave was like human size and it was shaped like this and I just happened to fall in it the right way.
Nice. Like a Tetris piece, just falling into place. I'm just picturing this like just the comic book panel of like this cliff, the security guard is chasing you, you go over and then somehow there's like this vat of toxic waste that you go like past and through and then the pit of spiders. It's like, man, that's a tall freaking cliff.
It is. You know what? Luckily the microwave was padded.
Yeah, of course.
Luckily it had my dump truck ass. That's the thing. That's the one thing that saved me this whole time.
More cushion for the
pushing.
The fallen.
Landing?
For the spushing.
For the smushing.
For the transforming.
Awesome. And Steamroller, how did you escape from the earthquake, suspicious earthquake?
By steamrolling her way out of the cement, and I think she essentially ended up carrying her family out because I'm assuming it was a big earthquake. Things were falling left, right, and center. And so it was on foot. And I don't know. I want to say maybe she like in the back of her head might have like seen or heard something about the person causing it, but like she was so focused on saving her family that she didn't really get to pay active attention. And so she has suspicions.
Were any of your family hurt in any significant way?
I don't think in any significant way, because what kind of like teenage superhero comic is this? Like we don't do graphic pain, but probably some broken arms and casts and stuff. But of course she got out there unscathed. Cool. And
was there anyone else around during this time? Like, where were you?
I think she just grew up in she was in the middle of the city. So yeah, neighbors and stuff. And I think word kind of did begin to spread that like a small girl did that. But I think people kind of chalked it up to like, how you have stories of adrenaline and feats of strength and like moms lifting things off their babies. They probably thought it was something like that and not anything more
interesting,
grand.
Cool. All right. Very good. And Clarity's second question. I have too many tabs open here. Bam. Why did you decide to use your intellect for the benefit of others?
to like specifically to run from my shame. Because I think Tiffany has always been looking for proof that like she isn't a bad person for like making stuff that can hurt people, that has hurt people before. And I think since hearing about accidents that have happened with the microwave, that she, like, you know, even when she does good things, even when she has helped people, like it's not, she feels like it doesn't make up for what happened.
I mean, whatever will, you know? It's tough questions. Does anyone else know about your shame? Like, have you ever confided in this to anyone?
No.
Like a counselor or something? What about a diary?
To your arm?
Yes. It comes with a diary function when I don't, you know, when it works.
Yeah.
A few times that it does work.
Is it like one of those 90s, like, super girl marketed diaries that has, like, the little secret lock and it's like,
Oh, yes.
my secrets diary.
Yeah, like you can play, you can only, like, she can only play, like, the shitty Barbie games on it. They're good ones. They're good Barbie games, but there's also like the bad ones. Like the kind of games that you can play that's like always only a tie-in with like a film coming out.
Awesome.
Can the upgrade be like a Shmamagachi?
Yes.
Got a Shmamagachi.
That's who Tiffany talks to. Her bootleg Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Like Tamagotchi. Brand name Smamagachi.
Shmamagachi.
Amazing. All right. Okay. We are zipping along here. We got 45 minutes left in character creation. Again, shout out to chat. You're all being amazing. And these backstories are going to be the death of me. It's so good. Okay. So we have kind of like two similar questions here from the Nova and the Transform. So we'll go with Shimamantha. Who outside of the team is helping you understand your new body?
Outside of the team, I think that for me, like someone who's really like helping me develop right now is like the groundskeeper at our school, who is also just like I really resonate with, but almost in like a condescending way. I'm just like, oh my God, I totally feel you. You make me feel so secure in my body. And then he's not like a mutant or anything, but he's just like really ugly, but like ugly in like Samantha's eyes. She's like, oh my God, your face is so unsymmetrical. I totally feel you. You're like a second father to me. And he also just like doesn't want me around. So he'll be like, don't you have anywhere to be right now? And I'll be like, no, I don't have anywhere to be right now, but thank you for asking. Did you want me Starbies right now? The groundskeeper man.
Does he?
He actually does. His order is a double caramel frap with extra caramel, but he doesn't drink it. He like, I get it for him every time, but he doesn't drink it, so I just drink it for him.
Nice. He just asked for it just to get you away for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Just for like 2 minutes. He's like, can you get the most complicated order? And I only get the Starbucks on the other side of town. And I'm like, I got you. And then I stretch away.
Yes, he sends for the extra caramel because that'll add another like 20 seconds of
I'm just
very viscous
peace and quiet in like in his little shack thing.
Aww. So like, how is he helping you? Is he familiar with powers? Does he have like a kid who has powers or something like that? Like, where does his knowledge base come from?
So he was actually a failed claymation animator. So that's how he ended up at this school, was that his studio just completely flopped. He actually helped make some of the influential films in like the 1930s. He's old, the 1930s and stuff like that, like Hercules versus the Cyclops sort of thing.
Nice.
But like he was completely out of a job, but he really needed money. So he became a groundskeeper. And so he taught me how to control my body and turn into various shapes because he used to do claymation.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Nice nod to claymation. Not nearly appreciated enough art.
Oh, seriously, guys, come on. If you don't appreciate claymation, we can't be friends.
It's a lot of work. So, yeah, everyone shout out to your claymations. If you know a claymation animator, just give them some love from us.
Or just stop motion in general. It doesn't have to be clay, but whatever stop motion type of animation you do, I'm here with you. Because everyone in this chat right now is a stop motion animator.
Actually, though.
Amazing. Well, shout out to y'all then, again in chat. You fueling us. And then similar question over to the Nova. Who outside of the team helps you control your powers?
So the aforementioned NPC that was bopped by me is still a friend. He's just like that perennially nice friend that even though, you know, he literally is sort of like the Oracle now. I don't know if anyone knows the character Oracle. It was
Which
like Commissioner
Oracle?
Gordon's son in the Batman series. Or daughter,
Okay.
sorry. in
Daughter,
Batman, Where she like lost. I believe in some versions she is now constrained to like lost the use of her legs. So his friend in this universe for the craze is that same person. He's still sort of like, you know, just a text away, always rooting him on, a semi-therapist in a lot of ways. You know, he carries a lot of, obviously, some anger and hate deep down and a lot of, you know, sort of angst because of what happened, but he still forgives the craze because he sees, you know, who he is on the inside. So he's the main person that sort of, if he ever needs a check-in, is just a call away to tell him like, hey, it's okay, take a breath.
Nice. So like he's more of like an emotional support that when your emotions are calmed, your powers are more in check.
Yep. Yeah,
Awesome.
the main thing about the craze is that, you know, once he gets out of control, it's because he's either getting like power hungry, power thirsty, or is like seeing the attention and it's riling up. So he's just like a grounding factor because all he needs to do is just think of him and realize his first big mistake and hurting him to sort of like bring him back down to ground zero.
The craze starts to sound more like a cereal commercial every time we add more to his backstory.
I can't stop picturing.
Order
it
this
as a
complete
scene.
breakfast.
The craze! The craze!
The pinnacle of the Craze's career will be when he gets a cereal sponsorship and he can
There you
do the
go.
commercials.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Super
TV should be
good.
on a cereal box by the end of that.
That's the goal of this whole thing, is for us to get cereal sponsorships.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I will make a note and I will try to make that happen.
Yes.
Yep, love it.
Awesome. Steamroller, who outside of the team tries to take care of you now?
I think outside of this team, I was going to say it should be her personal trainer, but I want to instead make it, I think it's like the librarian. I think Steamroller spends so much time just like, I think she's like on the powerlifting team for her local gym and, you know, does like all of the, I don't know, is ladies wrestling a thing in high school? I don't even know. But if there is,
Totally.
she's doing that. Yeah, sure.
In this high school for sure.
Although, I mean, she's probably also fine just wrestling dudes. It's whatever. But I think the librarian is someone who sees her kind of come in during lunches. Like, I just see her needing to be away from people and recharging instead of constantly drawing attention. Like, I mean, she's not Shmamantha and with the tassels and stuff, but also just like her stature and like how big she is. Like, she's not very subtle. And so I think the library is kind of her escapism area. And I think the librarian is somebody who kind of supports her very quietly and allowing her a safe space, which we all needed in high school.
Absolutely.
This is just everyone's story in high school.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Were you best friends with the librarian too?
Yes.
I was best friends with the librarian too.
had all my free periods in there.
Oh my god.
It's just quiet, and
Yeah.
they had computers, and you
We're
can
not
hide in the
Asian,
bookshelves and
what?
do whatever. Amazing. So another NPC naming opportunity. We now have the best friend slash helper person for Jerry, the Craze, and we have the librarian best friend of name Steamroller. It is early. I need Starbies. Hit us up, Starbies. I will take some sponsorship right now. Thank you. All right. And then the brain. What accident or misfire taught you some sense of humility or responsibility?
This is for the shame portion.
No, this is still your backstory. So it could be tied to your shame, or it could just be something completely different. But something that first, I mean, like you said, you lost a finger when you were creating some kind of gadget early on. So it could be something like that. Or it could be like your VCR blender, like sprayed smoothie into your little sister's eye, and she had to wear an eye patch for a while, whatever scale of thing. Yeah.
For a while.
Smoothies, they got ice chunks in them.
It was a very acidic fruit. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. What accident or misfire taught you some sense of humility or responsibility?
I'm going to say that is it okay that I use the microwave incident also as like hearing about the microwave as that moment too? Totally. Because I think that was like the only first moment like in her life after years of like being told that she's, a genius, that, that like she realizes that, her brilliance does have ramifications. She does need to keep it in check.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's dangerous to let other people, like it might be dangerous to let other people use it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. Cool. We are zipping along now. Now on to the fourth question. I'm going to throw it back over to Shmamantha Schmether. Why don't you just try to hide yourself away?
Here's the thing with Shmamantha is that part of my powers and part of like me being a person is that I'm like personally fueled by other people's validation. So I only am able to thrive and kind of move around and do daily functions like breathe and blink and go to the bathroom when I'm constantly getting validation from other people. So if I were to like hide away and really just be away from everyone, get off social media, just like go into the woods and live in the forest or something, I wouldn't have anyone to tell me like my tassels are really on point today and that my chaps are really showing off my dump truck, So I need to like, whenever I'm walking down the street, someone needs to be like, you go, Samantha. And I'm like, thanks, girl. Otherwise I die. So it's kind of a character flaw that I need this much validation, but
I mean, flaw, I just feel seen,
Sounds like a teenager to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like me still. So
I also imagine that because of this, that like that Samantha also just has like 1 million followers on social media already.
Exactly. It's like my thing is like Schmimply Shmamantha on Instagram is like, and then my Twitter is Shmamantha Schmez.
Love it.
Speaks. And then just like, yeah, so if you guys are following at home, my whole character is thickly veiled in metaphor. So I'm just describing a regular teenager.
Yes, definitely. Awesome. Okay. Zipping along. Next, back over to the Craze. Why do you continue to use your powers?
So it's definitely fueled by a lot of ego, like a lot, just because he's someone that hasn't had that validation growing up. So it gives me vibes of like like the kid that always has to prove himself, that even if they do the coolest and most amazing thing in the world and everyone showers praise upon them, that's not going to overcome their own just deep insecurities about themselves. So they just got to they're sort of just pushing towards this thing, not understanding exactly why they're doing it fully, but they know that it's like chip on the shoulder. It's definitely sort of in that realm of, I just got to prove myself. But turns out all that change ends up coming from the inside, not the out. But he doesn't know that yet. He's like maybe 10 years away from figuring that one out.
Aren't we all though?
Such a serial answer.
I'm still 10 years away from figuring that out.
Yep.
Yeah. And so that would be one of those like fun facts you'd find on the Craziest Cereal box.
Nice.
Awesome.
Just like a cereal box, it's the inside, not the outside.
Yeah,
that counts.
exactly.
Exactly.
Gotta get through all that packaging.
Whoa, that's the prize on
deep.
the inside.
Got
Can you
him.
imagine?
It's a nice
clip
package,
that.
but is it whole grain?
Awesome. Clarity, who helped you realize you need other people? Tiffany, Clarity. In a world where you are the smartest one out of like every group.
Because I think, I mean, like many of us here, it's also a form of validate. Like I also want a form of validation, but also like even more so, it's like feeling like it's this mix of like I need validation, but also I need like if I'm not using this to help other people, then what's the point? But that need for validation can kind of turn into a whole thing of like, well, you're stupid for not wanting my advice then. Like, why would you not want my advice? Like, why would you not listen to me? That's a dumb choice to make. That's a suboptimal choice to make. And you know, like, I think deep down, like many of us, like many of our characters here, like we all just want like to feel like we actually belong. But, you know, I would never.
Yeah.
You said like all of us and then like all of our characters, but I think you were right the first time, like all of us.
Yeah.
Was I talking about our characters? Was I talking about the actual real people? Who could say? But I think, you know, because of all of the stuff that Tiffany/Clarity has went through, you know, because, you know, like I think she also was shunned by her academy and lab once like word came out about like, oh, someone got caught in the microwave, like, you know, like, oh, you know, guess Samantha's as smart as not Samantha. Again, Samantha's very smart. Tiffany and Clarity like, oh, guess Tiffany Clarity is like not as smart as like we thought she was. And
The diamond
so-
is included.
and so it's that like Shinji Evangelion porcupine syndrome where you know she's like where she's like oh, no one loves me, get away from me, no one loves me.
Stop. Now I really feel seen. Awesome. Okay, and then Steamroller. Why do you try to be a hero?
So there's a couple of reasons for that. One, because if she's being a hero, then she gets to take out her teenage aggression on somebody bad and no one gets mad at her for it. And I think the other part is like, because of her stature, a lot of people are intimidated of her for no good reason. So I think in the same way of like being seen that everyone else everywhere has, it's more like a, see, look, I'm not scary, I do good with my giant muscles. But I do have a feeling that regularly being able to punch bad guys also makes Steamroller a little bit more zen than you would expect, because you know, like, she's not just sitting there on her feelings, she's punching them out.
Like it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
You hear that at home, kids? You need to get something out, punch people.
Well,
or
pillows,
a bag.
pillows or punching bags preferred.
But if you have villains in your life, I mean,
Fascist,
Or metaphorical villains. Come on.
racist, you know.
yeah, we're not telling you to do anything. What you do are your own decisions, but
Sometimes words feel like punches, kids. Remember, don't take a bully's. No, I'm trying to do an after-school special. Don't take shit, kids.
This is like one of those like cheesy Canadian ads. Remember,
Oh
where
my
it's like,
gosh.
this is
Oh,
your
yes.
brain on drugs
Oh yeah,
with the egg in the pan.
Don't get bullied, eh?
those ads are back on TV. I have seen so many anti-vaping ads. I feel like I'm in the 90s again.
Oh my god, right?
I was just like, what?
Turns out this whole
They're
stream
loved
is just
ones
an
when you are-
anti-vaping ad. This whole thing has been just
Whole
an
thing.
anti-vaping ad.
is anyone else here actual Canadian? Or is it just me? Because
Oh, no, I apologize.
remember
I
those
apologize.
90s.
I
No, because
profusely
I
apologize.
remember them. That's what I
Yeah.
grew up with, was the house hippos. Any Canadian will tell you about the house hippo ad because they did this like super serious seeming documentary about this like tiny hippo that lives in your house and like eats cheese. And then the end of it is just like, don't believe everything you watch on TV. And I remember seeing that thing like 5 times on TV, being like, I want one, I'm gonna capture one. And then it gets to the end of the thing and being like, they're not real. And they got me like over and over again.
That
That's-
get you.
That's my TED talk. Yeah, that's my rant of the day.
They got one kid, and she's right here.
What a house hippo! What
I mean,
a
who
tiny
doesn't?
hippo! Super good. All right, now the exciting part. We are going to skip our last backstory question because it asks about the team. So let us build the team. So. You are not just teen superheroes on your own. At some point or another, you all came together and you defeated an enemy, a villain, whatever it was. And that's when you decided, hey, we should fight crime together. So, the bull. And for the team building part, what I always tell people is like, of course, the person whose question it is, that'll be the final answer. But like, it's nice to brainstorm with everyone as well, so feel free to hop in. So Steamroller, you defeated a dangerous enemy when you first came together. Who or what was the enemy?
I am obviously taking suggestions from the team. If you have someone fun for us to defeat,
Racism. Wait.
Yeah.
well,
Racism isn't a
if we
fun
only
villain.
punch our way through that,
We're still working on that one, people. Make sure you donate.
Captain Ignorance.
That's at 5 p.m. everybody if you want to tune in for that.
That's when the sparks will fly. The Lili Sparx.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it could be a like. Do we want it to be like the super racist dickhead principal?
Ooh.
Like I don't know why. Like
I like the idea of someone spewing like ignorant thought, and that's the kind of thing that maybe they have some sort of villainous superpower that makes them do that.
Yes.
And then it
Yes.
convinces other
Yes.
people to follow
word
it.
influence, like mind control shit.
Yeah, a little
Yes.
bit along that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and like the super evil principal like got all like the teachers and the older students to follow them, and we had to put it down because that's not cool. Fuck that.
May I suggest a villain name of perhaps Mr. Donald? Is that too much?
Mr. Donald.
I was gonna say
Don.
Donald Trump.
Donald.
I'm
Trump ass.
so sorry. I went towards the duck direction. Am I the only person that thought we were talking about Donald Duck?
I kind of now wanted to be
I mean,
Oh.
It's just Donald Duck.
We can call him Dr. Quack.
Dr.
Ooh.
Quack,
Dr. Quack. Oh, I love that.
who, tragic backstory was wanted to be a doctor, but nobody thought they could do it because they were a duck. And so he built up all his anger and became a principal instead.
So he was a duck first and then a principal later.
Yeah.
He metamorphosed like whatever, like
He could be a duck principal. That's also a thing. Yeah.
Oh my god, did he go through the same microwave as
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, it
There's
was like
two-
an early iteration.
yeah, 2 people walking around the school without pants on. Dr. Quack.
Nice.
Man.
Love that.
Awesome. So we defeated Dr. Dr. Quack, the racist principal. Love it. And I don't remember how to do these questions in order because there is a certain order, but yeah, let's go with whose question is this? The craze. You all destroyed your surroundings in the fight. Where was it, and what did you destroy?
So is this like the first fight we had?
Yes, when you were fighting Dr. Quack in whatever scene that was, and you defeated him, where was the fight, and what did you destroy?
Do we think that this happened in a school, or maybe like his like lair? What do we think? Because I don't want to blow up a school.
Like
Maybe under
A
gym.
layer in the school.
Oh yeah, maybe
maybe underneath his principal's office.
Okay.
Ah.
He had,
Like we
a
all got
location of
detention,
sorts.
and then the floor gave way, and then we ended up in like his little like layer thing.
We noticed that
Yeah.
it was hollow underneath us or something, and then we were like, "What the?" And then we went underneath. Yeah, it was. Maybe it was like right underneath the general like quad area where he built his lair, and so we definitely imploded the football field when no one was on it, similar to like when like 2012, you know, when all the ground's like going like that's what happened from the underneath, and so we completely demolished the recreational sports area of the school, and thanks to Pooja's abilities, we were able to again climb out alive.
Perfect.
I think I distinctly remember the craze being like, this place is so hollow. Hello. And then like he went out for a high five and we all just kind of looked at him. And then Clarity was like, I guess I'll like just give him a high five from over here with my mechanical
Pity
arm.
five.
Yeah, it was like
yeah, pity five.
Yeah, like that joke isn't even worth like my actual cyborg arm. I'm gonna just extend out like a mini arm.
yeah.
Is it one of those things?
Tiny doll arm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can it be like Clarity didn't even intend for it to happen? The arm just picked up on a voice
Yes.
command.
Yeah.
Oh no, arm don't. Okay.
It's happening.
Okay, all right.
Encourage him.
Don't encourage this arm. What is the arm's name?
I would love for the chat to decide the name on that.
What's the name? Clarity's cyborg arm.
But for now, I don't know if we want a stand-in name. Do we need one or not?
Well, we'll
I don't
see
think
if
you need a
we get
second
any
name.
good. Yeah, we'll see if we get any good suggestions.
All right.
We can keep brainstorming this.
Bob.
Yes. Okay. So, Shmamantha, you drew attention and ire from plenty during the fight. One important person in particular now hates and fears us. Who is it? And it's not going to be the principal because that's, goes without saying.
I think the person that hates and fears us is I think her name is let's see. I think her name is like Schlerin. No, not Schlerin. I don't know why. I think her name is like oh, my back just ripped.
Your dress. Yes. Not your actual back. Okay.
My actual
We didn't hear
Oh,
that
no.
thing. We didn't hear that, but
Oh no.
Okay, I think her name was Slizzy, but she's also the head of the PTA, and obviously her biggest connection to the school was the principal, and the fact that we defeated him was like she doesn't really have like a stronghold on the principal anymore, but she's still head of like the parent teacher association. She also doesn't have any powers, but she just fully, like a normal human person, hates us. It's kind of like the people lobbying against the mutants and X-Men, but with parents and teachers.
Ooh. Yikes.
Ooh,
They
those are
tore
serious.
up the football field. We had just put in $1,000 of funding for our football team to have new uniforms. They are the victims.
And
Timmy
if my
Summers
daughter, Martha, cannot practice for the cheer-off, regionals, by the way, then someone is going to hear about it.
How is Timmy
Basically.
gonna get his football scholarship?
How is he supposed to get his football scholarship when they blew up all the footballs?
There's only one place to play in town.
Yeah. Also, there's no footballs.
Not anymore. I like it. I'm thinking of it like the scene in a movie where it's like the ground surges up and then you just see like footballs flying out of the hole and like popping like popcorn, like they rise up in slow motion and then like pop, 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 pop. No more footballs. And Timmy will just have to use his rich white parents' money for his scholarship.
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. And then we go over to Tiffany. You created something lasting and beneficial for the whole team. What was it?
I could really use some suggestions from y'all. Like, do we want did we want something that helped defeat Dr. Quack possibly, or do we want something to help with the PTA problem?
I want a secret lair.
Yeah,
I want a teenage hangout for us.
Okay,
with, like,
okay.
Cool, like stuff for all of us. I don't
like
know.
Kids Next Door.
Yeah. Oh, you're speaking my language right now. Yeah. Like I kind of want Tiffany to look like number 4, right? Is that her number?
Who number 5?
Okay. Number 5 was Asian?
Oh, I think that was number 3.
Right. Cool. So yeah, I let's put it this way. I didn't necessarily invite you guys into my lab. You guys just started like ordering furniture from Costco and West Elm to like, make the place yours a little bit.
Yeah.
You added a foosball table, you added a Miss Pac-Man machine, not Mr. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man.
A lot of beanbag chairs.
Yeah,
It was
beanbags.
just kind of like you came in and it was like, welcome back, Clarity. We made ourselves at home right now. That steamroller's corner over there, and the crazy's already into your weight kit.
Did Shmamantha bring a coffee machine?
Samantha did not. She doesn't know how to work one. But if anyone wants to sit on it, I have one beanbag chair, but I have to sit on a beanbag chair like from 2 to 4 every day. So you guys can have it whenever it's not 2 or 4, unless I really want it. Unless I really need to sit down, because I have back problems too. But like, it's just asking, and you can sit on the chair too. But it's kind of my chair. But it'll be in this corner if anyone wants to sit on it. There's also stools over here too. You had stools in the closet. I just pulled them out anyway. So in case you want to sit on them.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like the beanbag chair is hard for other people to sit in? Because there's literally like a big scoop from that dump truck butt.
There's not too many beans left in it anymore. I've been sitting on it for a while right now. But if you want to get more beans, I don't know where to get more beans. But if you go online, I think you buy more beans for the chair. But anyway, it is a beanbag chair. So if you want to, you can drink Starbucks on it too. That's fine. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Great. So you return to your lab, and it is now this beanbag chair, Miss Pac-Man machine, weight equipment. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a yogurt machine, coffee on tap. That I'm sure Samantha offers to go on 1-minute runs for to the coffee on tap.
So it turned into a WeWork, is what I'm hearing.
Precisely.
But for teenagers.
Not sponsored by West Elm. But
also, there might be like teenage heartthrob pictures on the wall because what kind of teenagers are they?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I mean, yeah, and
What's the heartthrob collection though? Like, who are all of your?
Oh, you're opening up a real can of worms here.
I'm saying from your character's perspective.
Yeah.
Over here we have Robert Smatterson. We have Smeeky S.
Yeah.
We have
Schmack Schmeffron.
Shiny Super Junior.
Chris Schmevins over here. We have
Schmal Schmadot.
I kind of want Smeagol to be there just because it sounds good with the
and Kappa Chris from chat's right. Simulu 100% on that fucking wall.
100%.
Oh, I thought you were saying Kappa Chris on the wall because I was like, oh yeah, I'm there for that too.
Sure, Kappa Chris on the wall too.
He pretty.
Right next to Simulu.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve Jobs for Tiffany.
Yes.
No.
Everyone just took a huge step back, like, oh, Tiffany.
Yeah, everyone's like, okay, we're not putting our posters near that. We're not.
over here, huh?
Tiffany Steamroller isn't really into fashion, but even she knows turtlenecks are not it.
Wait, does Tiffany wear turtlenecks?
Oh, you know she does.
Oh.
Perfect. Layered. even in the summer.
I have
Yeah.
extra tops if you want, Tiffany, but if you want to do turtlenecks, that's your thing, girl. Turtlenecks aren't her thing. It doesn't really accentuate her shape. You go, girl.
All of Shmamantha's tops are like slightly stretched out with like the indents from the tassels.
You borrow anything you want, but I don't think the types are gonna fit. They're kind of stretched out. The caps are Shmamantha's.
Okay, so that is how the team came together, and then you had this beautiful base, and then from there you were like, we are a superhero fighting team and we are going to defeat more evil people, and off you went. Now we got about 15 minutes left. We're probably going to go a little bit over over the hour, if that's okay with my cast, like a little 10 minutes late. Okay, perfect. So let us continue. Also, chat, would love to get to 450 by the end of the stream. We're only 25 bucks away. If you got it, hit us up.
Do it, chat, do it.
Yeah. Now, real quick, now that we have made the team, tell me why your character cares about the team.
Who am I?
Everybody?
Everybody.
I would say the Craze cares about the team because he didn't realize other people had powers and things and potentially shared similar struggles. So he definitely sees this as an opportunity to at least be with like-minded people, even though he isn't necessarily, he doesn't like love being a team player, but he knows that having these people around is a big deal, and it will help him quite a bit. So he enjoys that teamwork aspect, and also he's lonely. He's very, very lonely.
Yeah.
Just a lonely boy. We also have some arm names real quick that I'll let you ruminate on, Chris. We have Mr. Sparkles, Armani, Armory, Betty, and Roberta. So keep them coming, chat. We'll let Chris stew on those a little bit, and I'll open it up again. Why do you care about the team? Other team members?
So I think Saya loves the team kind of for the same reason Jerry does, in that like they're teenagers and they're weirdos and they have flocked together in their teenage weirdo-ness, and that's just a lovely thing. And also like they're stronger together. Saya's aware that she can hit stuff, but she's also aware she's not the brightest bulb on the bush. So, let's go out and outsource the other skills it takes to be a successful superhero. And as a little preview for later, she also has like teenage feelings about some of the members of the team. And so like that helps bring her back there all the time.
Eyes. Yes. Oh, another good arm name, Arm Candy.
Candy.
First name Arm, last name Candy.
Candace. Arm Candace.
And
These are nice.
Samantha or Clarity, why do you care about the team?
I think that Samantha really cares about the team, like on a surface level, because when she stands next to everyone, her outfits look a lot better, just by comparison. But also too, like on a like more deeper level, these people she's never hung out with before, and they're the only people that she's ever hung out with that don't peer pressure her into anything. But she would never say that. But that's like she actually likes these people and enjoys their company. But she would never really say it until they were like in a dire situation or something like that.
Well, hopefully we won't get into any dire situations where we can talk about our feelings. That would be awful.
That'd be terrible.
I would hate
That's not what we're here for.
What kind of story would this be?
And rounding out the party, Tiffany, why do you care about the team?
Okay, so I mean, did she really have a choice in the matter? But I think like she doesn't even realize that like, she is happy that she has like a band of people, and they're people that she doesn't have to like compete. Like, I was gonna say doesn't have to compete intellectually with, but like that. But I'm not saying that everyone's stupid. I'm saying like people that she doesn't have to keep feeling like she has to one up, because that's how it was in her previous engagements.
I'm like old school.
Yeah.
We just let
And-
you be smart.
Yeah, and like even though she is usually very annoyed with how people do stuff, with Saya always jumping in head first, and probably sometimes the Craze jumping in head first maybe to prove himself.
The Craze.
Like, I think the main reason actually that Tiffany at first agreed to be on the team, she's the kind of character that's initially like, all right, fine, I'll just work with you one time and then I'm out. And she just never ended up saying like I'm out.
But then they took over your lab and
Right.
you couldn't escape them.
Yeah. And because I think when we came together, I think I heard, like, I might have like maybe had an inkling that Samantha might have like been the victims of one of her inventions, and so she immediately was like, all right, fine, I'll work with you, but just this once, type of deal. But she doesn't say it. She looks at, like, gives a quick look and is like, okay, fine, I'll help.
And then you, for some reason, brought them to your lab and they
Yep.
never left.
Yep.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So we have these ties, we have the team. Now we have some specific ties and
Ooh, come on,
relationships.
450.
Yeah. Woo, 450. Can we get to 500 by the end of the stream? Thank you, everyone. And don't forget,
Thanks,
we do have a giveaway going right now. So if you type into chat, hashtag AAPI. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Where's
Heroes.
the Q? Yes,
doing a
AAPI
great job.
Heroes. Thank you. Then you have a chance to win a hardcover of the Masks playbook. And let me tell you, there's some great art in there. So yeah, enter that giveaway. Now, relationships. Let's start with Tiffany. You told blank about your shame and asked them for their confidence. This is my favorite part of character creation because I feel like I'm like reading like a teen Vogue like
I know.
little quiz.
I love this part.
So Tiffany, who would you share your shame with and, trusted them to keep your secret?
Oh, I mean, I can't share it with Samantha because they're like the actual person. So I would say, okay, I'm going to say that I probably would have shared it with the Craze because we have, I think our backstories are the most similar where we both accidentally hurt someone.
The Craze understands that feeling.
Can you imagine if the Craze just kept speaking in the third person like that?
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, maybe when they become Craze with a K, I feel like that's the character evolution.
When you turn into Craze with a K, can you do macho Randy Man Savage? You'd be like, oh yeah, the Craze!
Craze says a lot of things.
Gonna knot you like a pretzel!
Why do I also feel like at that point the Craze also will then be like a radio DJ? Wop, 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 wop,
tried.
wop.
A radio DJ with their
one
own
point.
cereal box.
Yeah,
98.9,
there it is.
the
There it
Craze.
is.
On
Craze,
the coast.
when you heard this secret about Clarity also accidentally hurting someone with her powers, like how do you think you felt or reacted to that?
I mean, to me, it's like such a shameful part of my own history that other people doing it doesn't necessarily make me feel better. If anything, it's kind of, it's very upsetting in general to know that other people have done it. So I feel a little bit of like okay, cool. Like they were in that too, but I'm not like particularly like aligned with them more. It's more just like from his perspective, it's like, oh, he made the same stupid mistake I did. Stupid.
That makes sense.
Cool. And Tiffany, you wish you could be a better hero, more like blank.
I would never say this to Saya, but I I wish that I was more like Saya, because I think because this is just how I've been brought up. I wish that I didn't have to think so hard about stuff. I wish that I could just. I'm kind of getting emotional already. Like I kind of wish that like Tiffany wishes that she could like jump in and just like expect everything to work out and just let that be that.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I love it.
But your brain, it think
The overthinking. Let me guess. Anxiety? What a thought.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I am here with you.
What's that,
again.
ADHD?
I know, right?
All right. And let us talk now to Steamroller. Blank is your love. You've opened up to them about the worst parts of your past.
Oh,
Who do you love?
I don't know. Who wants to be loved by me?
And for the record, it doesn't have to be like a romantic love. It can also mean like a platonic or familial kind of love. Lots of kinds of loves.
Like I'm okay with the romantic love because I'm a teenager. Like crushes happen and they're devastating. Well, I know who my rival is because I want to make fun story. So I'm just gonna skip and I'm gonna say that Tiffany is my rival. Because I love the like. Well, you're starting out as my rival. We'll see how things go. Because my playbook only has a love and a rival, and things can like change. So what I like about this is that you're my rival because you tried to control me at a crucial moment, and that's why I think it should be Tiffany.
I absolutely would.
Yeah, because I can totally see Saya like wanting to steamroll her way through something, and Tiffany was like, "That's a very stupid idea. Don't do that." And I think that's probably their dynamic. And there may be an undercurrent of something else we don't know, but there's just a lot of like that. So at least starting out, my love is someone I've opened up to them about the worst parts of my past. Maybe Shmamantha.
Samantha's always got your back, steamroller. You know it's all good. You know, I'm always here to listen and learn.
Yes.
And comfort you when you're at your lowest point.
And maybe get some Starbies.
And get some, girl, we always gonna get Starbies together. Come on, we gonna get Starbies. Yeah, what? You know what? Anyway, while we're going to Starbies, does anyone want anything? Does anyone want, do you want to, I can get you like a sandwich or, no, we're good. Okay, let's go. Come on.
Sandwich.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
what do you think you opened up about to Shmamantha?
I think she has opened up to Shmamantha about how self-conscious she feels in her own body because she was a very small, like petite little Indian girl, and now she's just like this big space taker occupier, always getting noticed for her body more than anything else, and that's a weird thing. And so I think that's kind of what might have brought them together and blossomed some teenage feelings on Saya's part.
Hey, all right,
that's kind of sweet.
That is. So let's talk to Shmamantha about how she feels about people who comforted Shmamantha when she was at her lowest.
When I was at my lowest, I would say that I think that the craze comforted me when I was at my lowest, but it's like in a needy teenage way where he was like, I fell, and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I guess we're in love now. It's kind of a thing, right? Like, oh my God, it's like Twilight. And then, so there's a little crush there. And I think before I changed, I knew Saya. I'm pretty sure I knew Saya before I changed. That's why we have that kind of rapport with our backstories and changing and turning into different people. So we had that depth of knowing each other before we changed.
Cool. Does she recognize you now that you have changed?
She doesn't recognize me. Okay. Not really.
Oh, damn.
I love it.
Grits upon sea.
But we like kind of knew each other. We were friends in like elementary school, but she doesn't remember me.
Yeah,
but I remember her. but I'm kind of too embarrassed to say like, hey, you kind of knew me, because it's like you don't want to point that out to people. So
Oh.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm pretty sure she just thinks like, wow, this girl really gets me and knows me, and it's like I actually do know you.
Well,
It's
and
not
she
even
has a
your
crush
book.
on you.
Oh,
She reminds me of someone I used to know in elementary
I know.
school.
Like,
She signed my
well, her
yearbook.
name was Samantha.
feels like home. Yeah,
She was one of the few people that didn't just say hags on my yearbook.
Maybe.
Oh wait, she did.
Wait a
Alright.
minute. There's a whole page.
And it's all just hags.
Gosh. All right. The craze. You hang out all the time with blank to blow off steam.
Probably Schmerker.
Samantha, we're always blowing off steam together, girl. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're lifting weights and I'm counting.
I think because Samantha
Paradise.
is so like silly and wonderful that like Craze feels comfortable around that. It's like no one's like actually like it feels like he doesn't feel judged because Samantha's got such a unique personality and outlook. So I think he likes almost sort of like hiding underneath that big personality a little bit.
Physically, too, I can turn into an umbrella. What? Wait, that's a parasol. Hold on. Wait. Oh, not an awning. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay. Oh, wait, we're inside. We shouldn't do this.
I love it.
Does the craze realize that Samantha has a bit of a crush on him?
Probably not. He probably is really bad at any of those cues because he's just never done that.
This is the weirdest plot of Degrassi I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I know.
I was going to say like this is like Oran High School Host Club is like shaking right now.
Awesome.
It could never.
The craze, who do you think you once hurt on the team when you lost control of your powers?
Who I once hurt? Oh boy. Who wants to get hurt by the craze? Jeez.
Me now.
Now.
I don't know. I think probably, I mean, like I could see it happening to anyone because it's one of those things where like if he is just angry or upset, anyone next to him
Did we have a mascot, but he's gone now? Like a fish or something?
Oh my gosh.
Oh
yeah,
my
the mascot was
God.
just crushed.
Did you
by
pet our
Craze by
guinea pig
accident.
too hard?
Oh no. Or did you throw somebody into the guinea pig and crush him?
I will say we do have a line against abuse against innocence, but I don't know if accidental crushing of guinea pig counts as that. But maybe if it was like, can it be like a robot dog?
There you go.
Yeah,
There we
had
go.
we had a bark robot
One
dog.
of my robot dogs that I
Yeah. It was definitely one of your like bionic robot dog type
So
things.
then, by proxy, you probably hurt Tiffany when you
Yeah,
crushed
I
the
definitely-
robot dog.
Not Tiffany's Furby.
Yeah, I maybe I imagine
Furby.
like I dropped like a building or something on it. Because it
So
was like,
much.
because
Oh,
I
no.
was doing my gravity thing, and
Yeah.
then I thought everyone was out, but like robot dog needed to go
Oh.
sniff
and
something.
I'm guessing that I didn't. It's not like I can physically feel it, but because like there's probably some sort of like synaptic connection with what I create, like so I can like see and sense things through what I make. Like I probably felt it kind of, but not in like a way that other people would understand with
Yeah.
cybernetics and
Yeah.
stuff.
Robot
And like
dog.
Totally.
time stood still like before the building hit, and then the Furby's eyes were just like kind of off center blinking, like that.
It's like
Oh no.
glitching, one eye's glitching like that.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah.
exhausted. Yeah.
At
And I
least your
can-
Shmamachi is still okay.
Tamagotchi.
It's just
But-
Mamagotchi, okay? Those batteries are dead!
I think the craze doesn't mind so much because it was like not a real live thing to him, and so he's just glad it wasn't a human.
Oh, that's complicated then. So that makes me wonder. I know that we're almost at time, but like I do wonder, like, did I confide in you before or after that? I think maybe before makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Pooja, were you saying something?
Oh no, I was gonna say like if we want, that could have been like the craze and steamroller like just lifting heavy things for funsies one day, and like steamroller's like, oh look, I can do these heavy weights, and then the craze is like, here's a building, and we're just all like, okay.
Yeah, he was just trying to up it every single time.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't walk over there. I accidentally spilled my macchiato. Uh-oh.
You slipped in the building, came down.
Oh no.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. So we are almost at the end of our character creation. We just have a couple more things to do. So the next section I'll go over is influence. So influence is an interesting mechanic in this game that's basically you care about what people think about you, or you don't care what people think about you, but usually you care at least what one person thinks. So if someone has influence over you, that means that you care how that person thinks of you. So like, for example, when I was in high school, I was very influenced by my librarian best friend because, she told me I could be a good student and do things, and I didn't actually do that. But, I cared what she thought of me, and that was important. So everyone has a little influence prompt. So if y'all just want to go ahead and read your prompt and give out influence as stated, then that would be great.
Okay. Mine are easy. Only my love and rival get them, and so that would be Shmamantha and Tiffany. They both have influence over me.
Perfect. Awesome.
I have to choose my demeanor. I'm either a happy facade or I'm locked down. I'm definitely locked down, so I get to only give influence to one teammate, so I'm going to give it to Shmamantha.
I influence so many people because I'm an influencer, people.
Hey!
I'm the social media influencer.
Schmimply Shmamantha.
Shmamantha says.
Just team things, right, guys?
Do you try and get the craze on there sometimes? But he's like,
I have fully gone to the end of the craze's Instagram and have accidentally liked it and went, oh no!
Gets a notification pop up and then it disappears, and he just spends like 5 hours being like, what happened? I swear I got no.
I don't know. It's so crazy. It could have been anyone. Maybe you're typing it in wrong. So for me, it says you try not to care about what other people think, even if you can't shut everyone out. Give influence to one teammate. I would say the one person that could influence me is most likely the Grays, because who isn't influenced by their crush?
That's a mood. And Tiffany.
So for me, it says you need people as much as they need you. Give influence to 2 of your teammates. Only 2? Well, I mean, like, first and foremost, it has to be Shmamantha, because I mean, like, that's the entire reason why I agreed to this hodgepodge group in the first place.
No, we lost.
And then, that's okay. We're almost done.
I'm here.
Oh, cool.
Hi.
Oh, look at that.
I zoomed
Nice
out.
room.
Looking profession shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because I secretly want to be more like Saya, it would be her.
All right. Makes sense. Awesome. Okay, so that is all done and that is all good. Now, all of you also have special moves and special things that go on. So that's on the right hand of the second page. So you can go ahead and take a look at those. I think we'll save the reveals of these for the game for like extra suspense and funness. But when you all pick those out, if you can just shoot me like a little email with which moves you pick, then that will be perfect. And I will add them to your character sheets, as well as whatever extra things you have, like the brain's shame, the bull's love and rival options, and the Nova has flares that he will pick with the burn, so that's all good. And then I'm just really quick gonna go over the first page, the left hand side. It's a little confusing because the PDFs are meant to be like printed out into a booklet, so they make a lot more sense when they're in a booklet. But yeah, this page with your moment of truth, I just want to talk about the moment of truth because normally this is something you unlock with a level up, but because this is a one-shot, you can unlock your moment of truth whenever you want. And it's basically like the ultimate moment where you like ascend to your epitome as a hero. And how that works is you just say, I feel like it's a good time for my moment of truth. And you just read the prompt and you get control of the scene. Whatever you want to happen will happen, and it will like, you know, fulfill you as a hero and whatnot and be all good and good there. And then your team moves are basically little role-playing prompts that you can have whenever you share a triumphant celebration or share a vulnerability or weakness with someone. So we'll be working towards, I'll kind of like guide you into these moments where like you can have a little like low-down talky talk time and think about things and stuff, but then you get little like bonuses for talking to your teammates, because again, this is a game about being teenagers and having feelings. So that's what we are playing into. And that is the end of character creation. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm so excited to meet these characters in-game. I will note before I pass it back over to Chris that, of course, the donation incentives are still going, and we are trying to discover the setting for our game tonight. So far, it is the lead with Lantern Festival, but we also have options for the Moon Festival, Lunar New Year, or a wedding. So if you make a donation, you can vote on where the game will take place tonight. So yes, please keep on donating. And of course, stay tuned. In 20 minutes, we have an amazing cast doing a D&D one-shot of Candlekeep Mysteries, so stay tuned for that. And back over to you, Chris.
Thanks, Lily. All right, that concludes our character creation session. Thank you so much for joining us, but remember that this is just the prelude to our main attraction, to our intermezzo, our sforzando, if you will. Get ready to see them get ready to see us in action in just 4 hours at 5 p.m. Pacific time, or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always keep thinking of Rent. I'm like, Eastern Standard Time. How is Tiffany going to get along with Saya? Is the Craze going to be able to control their powers? Is Samantha going to get with Saya or the Craze? We don't know either. We really don't. But you just stay right there and we'll show you, to quote Sailor Moon.
Nice. Awesome. So see y'all in a bit, and we're just going to